Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. I appreciate all the new subscribers, and today we're going to kind of warp back to the 1980s, a part of my life that was important to me. It was when I didn't know what I was doing, like most of us when we're younger. What are we going to do? And then I came across this Commodore 64, and really it changed my life. I wanted to know what does this thing do? What can I do? I was so curious, and that's where really my career had begun, is with the Commodore 64. So we're going to kind of go into the Commodore 64. I'm going to show you a new Commodore 64 OS. Well, it's been out for a few years, but they have a new version. And also some big news about maybe the release of a new Commodore 64. So like and subscribe, and let's get into it.
Welcome.
In a world of fun and fantasy and ever-changing views and computer terminology, Commodore is news. Are you keeping up with the Commodore? 'Cause the Commodore is keeping up with you. Are you keeping up with the Commodore? 'Cause the Commodore is keeping up with you.
This ballet of flame-broiled burgers is brought to you by the place that broils every burger.
Aren't you hungry? Aren't you hungry? Aren't you hungry for Burger King now?
A lot of places fry their burgers, but Burger King broils every burger for it tastes like nothing else ever.
Double your pleasure with Double Mint Gum. Double good, double fresh, double delicious.
Oh, the single most favorite double in the world is double good, double mint gum.
It's the single most favorite double.
Great coffee.
Yeah, it's Maxwell House Master Blend.
Oh, isn't that supposed to save us money?
Presenting Flintstones with Extra C. All the vitamins of a multivitamin plus all the vitamin C of a single C tablet.
All in one.
All in Flintstones with extra vitamin C.
So to get this retro Commodore 64 party started, we have to download the Commodore 64 OS. And it is going to be version 3.0. It's October 2025. The first thing we need to do is go up to the web, and we're going to type in Commodore OS Vision in Google, and you're going to come up to a site here. This is CommodoreOS.net. Click on the link. At the top, you have a few options. If you prefer to download with torrent, you can select the link here. If you want the direct file download, you can click on this link. Now, it is going to be 36 gigabytes, so it's fairly large. It's going to take quite some time to download, maybe an hour. It really depends on your internet connection. So I did want to mention too, in case you've been living under a rock or in a cave for the past few months, you wouldn't know that they're actually releasing a Commodore 64. They're releasing a new version of the original Commodore 64. Apparently the rights and the trademarks were purchased by a few gentlemen, and they're already in the process of making them. And just to give you a quick view here, that's what the Commodore 64, the new one, looks like. And they do start at $299, and I'm just going to click on I want one just to give you a brief look at the different models here. You have one for $299, one for $499, one for $349. Now this one would be the one that really paved the way for me and made me who I am today. You know, I think it was Christmas 1983, around that time, might have been 1984, where I wanted this Commodore 64. My parents bought me it, and this is what it looked like. And I learned how to do my programming on it. And of course I did some gaming, but a lot of it was just figuring the machine out. I was just so amazed and curious. You know, I still have that curiosity today. But back then it was like I needed to know how does this thing work? And through all that, it paved the way for a career for myself in information technology, and led to a whole bunch of opportunities. So I'm really grateful for that, and Commodore 64 for that. So this is the Commodore 64. We'll look at the back. Now apparently they're saying that you can take cartridges from back in the day, put it in here, and they'll work. As far as the other peripherals, I'm not sure about that yet. You do have some modern interfaces here. It looks like you have Ethernet, you've got HDMI, You've got a couple USB ports. If you look at the side, you've got your joystick ports, your control ports, your on-off button, and your power. So that's the Commodore 64 that they're re-releasing. Now apparently this isn't going to be software emulated. It has its own hardware inside. You can see here. You can see the board. I guess these look like ZIF sockets for SID chips, for the sound chips. I'm not sure if you could take chips from if you had a Commodore 64, take them out of there and put them in here, or are they going to make remakes of those? I'm not sure. I think what would be really cool is to have the 1541 disk drive again. I think that would really interest me if they could remake floppies, the 5 1/4 inch floppies. Even though you had to wait, it was still part of the whole experience. Just hearing that drive make some noise, loading up your games or whatever, your programs. I think if they could remake that 1541 drive, I think that would really pique my interest. So this one's $299, and they do have these other models here. They have this clear model here that apparently there's some LEDs in there and it lights up. I think they're trying to appeal to the younger folks who want to just understand what this whole era was about, and I think that's kind of neat. You know, I don't know, I wouldn't be interested in this one with the lights on it. It is a little bit more money, so you're talking $349. And then they do have this one here, which I don't know if this is the Donald Trump edition or what, but it's all golded out. It's all gold here, and that's $499. So I probably definitely wouldn't be interested in that one, only because that wasn't the one that I had grew up with. That's not the one I had gotten for Christmas. It was this one, and I don't remember these keys being this light. I think these keys were the same color as these keys here. So I just wanted to give you an overview of that. You can check it out yourself if you like by going to this page, and maybe even buy one for yourself if you're so inclined. So I've downloaded the file, and it's right here, Commodore OS Vision. And this one took probably about an hour and 15 minutes for me. I'm right-clicking on it, and I'm going to select Extract All, and that's fine. I'm just going to have it create a new folder in my Downloads folder and extract the file. And as soon as this is done, we'll continue with the process of copying it to a USB stick and installation. So our extraction is complete, and what we're looking for here is this disk image file right here. And we are going to need Balena Etcher. If you don't have it already, you can go to Balena Etcher, just Google it and download it, run your setup, and we're going to run the program right now. I do have a USB stick set up already, so I'm going to select Flash from File. I'm going to go over to this PC, C:, go to Users. I'm going to my username. You would obviously go to yours. I'm going to go to Downloads, and I have my file folder here, and I have my disk image file. So I'm going to double click that, and I need to select my target, and I think I'm going to put it on the generic mass storage USB right there. I'm going to select it, and then I'm going to select Flash. So this is going to flash that image onto the USB stick, and then I'm going to set my BIOS up to boot from it, and we should be on our way to executing this Commodore 64 OS. So the flashing is all completed now, so I'm going to go ahead and go into my BIOS, and I'm going to make sure I don't have secure boot enabled, and I'm going to select the USB drive as my boot device. Now you can hit delete, F1, escape. I think F12 or F11 might bring up a boot menu. Whatever it is on your computer, you'll have to figure that out. But more commonly, you can hit delete to get into the full BIOS, or F11 or F12 for your boot menu. So I'm going to do that right now. Okay, so I'm just booting my other computer up. I've got the USB flash drive plugged into the USB port, and it is preferred that you use a USB 3.0 one of the blue ports on your computer. It's a little bit faster. Make sure you have secure boot disabled if you have that option in your BIOS. I'm going to go into boot option 1, and I'm going to look for my generic mass storage device, which is here. And save changes and reboot. We should come up where it will initiate the Commodore OS setup. Let's see what happens here. Alright, we have a little menu here. We're going to pick OS Vision. It's setting up time zone and various other things. We have the Commodore OS Vision interface coming up here. We've got some sound. And it has it's talking too. Well, that's pretty cool. That reminds me of Sam. I don't know if any of the older folks remember Sam. Sam was a speech synthesizer that you could tell it what to say and it would speak. And that was revolutionary at the time. It was called Sam. That kind of reminds me of that. So this is just a welcome to Commodore OS 3.0. I'm going to click OK. Okay, we want to agree to the terms there. Continue. So now it's just going to check the installation media, and this might take a few minutes. So we'll be back when that's complete. Okay, so that's all done, and let's go ahead and read the terms of use here. We're going to hit next. I don't want to change my keyboard settings. I think I'm just going to install regular using the entire disk. And I'm going on my SSD, which is a Kingston SSD. And now it's going to tell me it's going to format and for Commodore OS Vision. So we're going to start it. It's preparing the partitions and formatting it. You can put your computer name in here, which Commodore is fine for me. Samba server, that might be handy for transferring games files, ROM files to this later over the network, so we'll leave that. So it's just going to format and set up the partitions. Alright, we're finally at a point here where it says paused for required operator input. Now I don't see it asking me anything here. Maybe it's behind this window, but I'm just going to hit next. Locale, American English is fine with me. America, New York. Service settings, let's see what that's all about. I don't think I need to mess with anything there. I'm just going to hit next here. It's adjusting my sound mixer. Let's get some sound going here again. Oh, that's pretty groovy, that song. You know, they took that from the commercial, actually, where they said, "Are you keeping up with Commodore?" Well, the Commodore's keeping up with you. Now, I don't really remember that when I was that young. I don't know that that was my motivating factor for wanting the Commodore 64. It could have been.
Was another song by AI generated based on the original Commodore commercial lyrics. AI is amazing. Is there anything AI can't do now? Thank you for installing Commodore OS Vision. I hope it provides countless hours of enjoyment and entertainment.
Okay, I'm with that. So everything I'm hearing so far is cool. Now, I don't know if I could put up with that talking to me all the time, but it's a cool feature, and I'm sure with all the customization options with Linux, we'll be able to turn that off. So it's updating init RAM FS, the file system. And when this is done, we'll continue with exploring the Commodore 64 OS. So let's continue with the installation. I'm going to finish the job here. And it's got that cool broken glass kind of effect there, and it's going to reboot. So it's booting into the Vision OS now.
Consider changing your password.
Okay.
These keyboard shortcuts will help you navigate the system and use the more advanced features of Commodore OS Vision.
Okay. That's pretty cool. Certainly not going to memorize these right now, but I'll look at that later. I'm going to click OK.
You might find these tips and suggestions useful.
Okay. We have a Mac OS style dock here. And it does have Firefox. Let's load that up, check that out. So it is, the web is working. That's cool. And you can see how the windows kind of bend, and when you move them around, that's a pretty cool effect there. I'm going to exit that. Let's see what we have under System Preferences, Looks and Feel. So you can do the appearance of it. Visual Effects Manager. So you can adjust all kinds of things here. A magnifier, enhanced zoom desktop. Very cool. There's a lot of options there. We've got different effects here that we can select or deselect. Okay, it's not too overwhelming now. I mean, this is okay. The desktop wallpaper, that's fine with me. It's got the logo. Let's look at the applications here. We have accessories. And let's check out this. I know this is a realm that a lot of beginners won't go into, but we're going to check out the command line here. Let's try uname -a and see what kernel version we have here. Linux Commodore 6.12. Okay. We can do an ls and get the directory structure here. ps-x. Let's take a look at the things that are running in memory. Pretty cool. So it's basically it's just Linux. I'm going to go over a lot of these commands. It's just simple commands. I'll try to make it as simple as I can for beginners, but that's going to be in future videos where I'm going to, I'll teach you how to do some bash stuff, how to do some scripting, commands, things like that. So to get out of this, I'm just going to exit. I just wanted to kind of check that out. So we go under applications again. I know everyone wants to know where the games are. Now there's a lot of games here. Not necessarily Commodore games, but there's definitely games. I think you have to go out and get the games yourself. As far as the D64 images, the disk images. So we have Commodore emulators here. You've got the 64, the VIC-20, Commodore 16 and plus 4, the 128 PET, CBM2, and we have some Amiga stuff here, which is cool. What else do we have? Let's look at some games that are already on here. We have action games, the first-person shooter. Let's see what we got here. Open Arena. Let's try that one. Okay. I should probably set up my controls. You got to set up your strafing, right and left. And now for my attack, I want my left mouse button. Okay, so far so good. Let's just do a basic, we'll just play for a minute. Alright. Now if you guys are interested on Level World, I have several different levels I've created for Quake 3 Arena. One is called Demic and one is called Omicron. They were basically done during the pandemic. What else was there to do? So I decided to make a few levels for me and my buddy, and in fact we still play them today. So you can check those out on Level World.
Forget about it.
Let's try some Doom, shall we?
Ready, set, go! Bone bomb!
we'll just try this. Okay, so A is fire, and our keyboard, regular keyboard left and right arrows seem to work. Okay, so that's just scratching the surface of the capabilities of the Commodore 64 OS and of course the Commodore 64 itself. And I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like and subscribe if you will. It'll help get this channel off the ground and I can do more videos like this. And I hope you enjoyed the video and we'll see you next time.
Goodbye.